Up next, a sinister crime, a case like no other. Here are the facts you need to know. The victims, Helen McLaughlin and Karen Whitehouse. The scene, their wedding day, August 2018, on a boat in Amsterdam. The crime, a poo on the floor in the bathroom. The suspects, their close friends, family and staff on board the vessel. Now, Helen and Karen, along with an extremely underqualified detective, Lauren Kilby, are on a mission to find out who done it. This is one of my favourite things in the world at the moment, by the way.
It's serious, David.
It is very serious.
It's investigated through the podcast Who Shat on the Floor at My Wedding.
What a title.
And the hosts, Helen and Karen, join us now from the UK.
Hi, team.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good morning.
Okay, take us back to the scene of the crime. How did this all unfold?
Well, it was the perfect day, or what we thought was a perfect day. I was getting married to the woman of my dreams. We had a boat that we got married on, so it was, I guess, an enclosed crime scene, you might say. And yeah, it was a sunny day. We had a jazz band. We also had a sit-down dinner and some speeches
And then, after the sort of sit-down speeches, I'd like to sort of say it was a very classy affair up until that point. We just finished, and I went down to the ladies' bathroom and literally just stopped in my tracks, because there, right in the middle of this bathroom, like in front of, like 3 cubicles and wash basins, was just this perfect shaped solid turd. And so we just, to be honest, I just blocked it out of my mind and had to sort of turn around and just try and enjoy what was left of the wedding. And I think what most couples do sort of later on that evening, they enjoy a romantic evening. But Helen and I basically went to the hotel room and got up the guest list and started going through who could have done it. Was it him? Was it her?
What I love about this too is the fact that that it was a perfect poo, and I like the fact that you noticed that and clocked that, because that will lead you to what other evidence you may have discovered, apart from the fact that they are obviously having wonderful bowel movements.
Yeah, I mean, evidence-wise, I would say, I'm going to be honest, it's loose. I mean, we had a detective that was, she prides herself on being unqualified. But, I think to prove that, I think her first question to get evidence was she asked every guest to submit the underwear that they wore at the wedding in a sort of sealed bag for inspection.
Amazing.
which nobody did.
Nobody did. So
Wonder why.
that sort of was a sort of, didn't get far with that. But, a wedding is kind of a perfect setting for a crime, because it's the most documented kind of event. We had a photographer there.
And everybody else had cameras.
And everyone else had cameras. So we just had every kind of minute of the day sort of logged, excuse the pun.
Logged.
Okay, but wait, so it sounds like your wedding guests aren't really up to being a part of this investigation. They're not submitting their underwear, for a start.
How dare they?
I imagine they're not probably up to being interrogated over this crime as well. So how have you gone about questioning the people, the mother of the bride, the staff, any of it? How have you gone about this?
Well, we were told we sought the advice of a clinical forensic psychologist who told us to start with the nearest and dearest. So that's what we did. We, looked at, the sister of the bride. We also had a good friend, Henk, who was, for some reason, spent about 4 hours in the ladies' bathroom. I think he was enjoying the chats, maybe. I think he served drinks and food, snacks as well in there, which is
Huge suspect.
kind of odd. But he's the guy who actually cleaned it up, luckily and thankfully.
It was
so
him.
sort of
You don't clean up someone else's poo unless they're your child.
I was about to say, with our parents.
We had a good reason for it, which we could delve into the podcast. So, but still very suspicious.
I am such a fan of this podcast. Thank you so much for opening this investigation up. I think it's really integral to, what we see as a society and what we're going to move forward to.
People need to know this won't go unpunished.
Yeah.
This kind of behaviour.
And don't you worry, you know, there will be someone behind bars and they will not see the light of day for a long time.
I can't wait for the Netflix series on this either, you guys. And I think you need to think about right now who's going to be who in that series and who you're going to cast, because it's important details. Thank you both so much for being here and good luck.
We hope you find the culprit.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
We're having a wonderful day now.
Do you think we can flush them out, the culprit?
Oh! For all the details on this podcast, you can go to, and excuse the language again, who shat on the floor at my wedding.com, because it just rolls off the tongue.
Fantastic.
The title.
Yeah.
Still there.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my goodness, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?
Always happens.